Hello, wordsmith. One second.
Hi, sorry. I was just doing some deep sea diving for words. I brought you two treasures from the deep: submerge and profound. Let's define these words, look at their origins, and then use each word in a sentence. Let me put my diving suit away. One second. First, submerge, a verb. To submerge is to go underwater or to put something underwater. Like, I submerged the French fry in a lake of ketchup. Profound is an adjective and it means deep or intensely felt, showing deep understanding or intellect, as in, my explanation of the origins of the word profound will be profound. So let's take a deep dive into these words' origins. Submerge. Sub is a Latin prefix meaning below, like subscribe, write your name under here so I can send you videos, or substandard, it's not very good, it's below the standard, or submarine, under the sea, where the underwater boat goes. And then merge means to plunge, right? The root there is merg. So to submerge is to plunge below, splosh, beneath the water, although you could submerge in any kind of plungeable liquid, like fries into ketchup in the earlier example. Now, turning to profound, we have pro, meaning towards, and found, or sometimes fund, from Latin, meaning bottom. So something profound is deep. It's going to the bottom of things. We can use it to mean literally deep, but its figurative meaning is way more common. You can have a profound idea or read a profound book full of insights. Note that the noun form of profound isn't profoundness, it uses this form, so it's profundity. You'll see the root found or fund in other words in English having to do with the base or the bottom of something, like a foundation. It also has an association with money, like funds or funding. Fundus in Latin meant bottom, but it also meant piece of land, which was basically another way of saying source of wealth. All right, let's use these words in some sentences, shall we? When Lou submerged the dusty pot in water, decades of dirt washed away, revealing the shiny metal underneath. She put the pot underwater. She submerged it. The pot plunges beneath the water. Andrea corrected her brother's profound misunderstanding of the planet by explaining that no, the Earth did not have a gooey caramel center. His misunderstanding was deep, nearly complete, a full, almost impressive misunderstanding of what the center of Earth is like. It was perhaps a little stunning to Andrea. Mind you, the outer core of the Earth is made of molten iron and nickel, but just because it's made of 5,000 degree liquid metal doesn't mean I'm in a hurry to call it gooey. You can learn more about that in Khan Academy's Earth Sciences course. But that's all the time we've got for this one. I'll see you in the next You Can Learn Anything. David out.